Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you're like a real superhero, man.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Chatting Pets with me, Alex Cardinale. I love all kinds of pets. It's obvious that I love tropical fish, but I also love dogs, cats, rabbits, and more. Here on Chatting Pets with Alex Cardinale, I will discuss everything and anything that is not a fish. I have a female beagle named Brandy. Anyway, welcome to Chatting Pets with Alex Cardinale. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an all new episode of Chatting Pets with me, Alex Cardinale. How are you guys and gals doing tonight? I hope you're all having a great day. Tonight, we are going to talk about another parrot. Last week, we talked about macaws. But tonight we're going to talk about a beautiful parrot that comes to us from Australia and various parts of Asia. Today we are going to talk about a bird known as a cockatoo. Now we're going to learn a lot of valuable information on the cockatoo on today's episode because heading into today's episode, I thought that there was only one species of cockatoo, but boy, was I wrong. So tonight, I am going to give you information on cockatoos, and then I am going to talk about some of the different species of cockatoo. And boy, let me be the first to tell you, some of the different species of cockatoo are very beautiful birds. Very majestic and colorful parrots. I love parrots. And in the main event of today's episode, I have some adorable videos of macaws to share, or excuse me, of cockatoos to share with all of you. So let me get that right for you guys. In the main event of today's episode, I have some adorable videos of cockatoos that I'm going to share with you since today we are talking about cockatoos. As always, you can be part of the show. Share your thoughts on cockatoos in the comments. And if you've ever kept cockatoos before, give us some information on care for cockatoos. I have not yet personally kept a cockatoo, but maybe in the future I will. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this episode started. And we're going to start by giving out some information on cockatoos, a very beautiful parrot. Now, a cockatoo is any of the 21 species of parrots belonging to the family Cockatoodii. The family has a mainly Australasian distribution, ranging from the Philippines and the eastern Indonesian islands of Wallacei to New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, and Australia. Like I said, they can be found in parts of Asia and Australia. Cockatoos are recognizable by the prominent crest and curved bills. Their plumage is generally less colorful than that of other parrots, being mainly white, gray, or black, and often with colored features in the crest, cheeks, or tail. On average, they are larger than other parrots. However, the cockatiel, the smallest cockatoo species, is a small bird. There are 5 clades of cockatoos, which basically means 5 geniuses of cockatoos. There are the black cockatoos, the white cockatoos, the pink and white cockatoos, the pink and gray cockatoos, and the gang cockatoo and palm cockatoo. Now, cockatoos prefer to eat seeds, tubers, corms, fruit, flowers, and insects. They often feed in large flocks, particularly when ground feeding. Cockatoos are monogamous and nest in tree hollows. Some cockatoo species have been adversely affected by habitat loss, particularly from a shortage of suitable nesting howls after large mature trees are cleared. Conservatively, some species have adapted well to human changes and are considered agricultural pests. Cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture, but their needs are difficult to meet. White cockatoos are more commonly found in captivity than black cockatoos. Illegal trade in wild-caught bird contributes to the decline of some cockatoo species in the wild. The cockatoos are generally medium to large parrots of stocky build, which range from 30 to 60 centimeters, which equates to 12 to 24 inches in length, and 300 to 112 grams, which equates to 0.66 to 2.65 pounds in weight. However, one species, the cockatiel, is considerably smaller and slimmer than the other species. Like other parrots, cockatoos have short legs, strong claws, a waddling gait, and often use their strong bill as a third limb when climbing through branches. They generally have long, broad wings used in rapid flight with speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, which is 43 miles per hour, being recorded. Cockatoos have a large bill, which is kept sharp by rasping the 2 jaws together when resting. The bill is complemented by a large muscular tongue, which helps manipulate seeds inside the bill so that they can be dehusked before eating. During the dehusking, the lower jaw applies the pressure, the tongue holds the seed in place, and the upper jaw acts as an anvil. The eye region of the skull is reinforced to support muscles which move the jaw sideways. The bills of male cockatoos are generally slightly larger than those of their female counterparts, but this size difference is quite marked in the palm cockatoo. The plumage of cockatoos is less brightly colored than that of the other parrots, with species generally being either black, gray, or white. Many species have smaller areas of color on their plumage, often yellow, pink, and red, usually on the crest or tail. The Gala and Major Mitchell's cockatoo are more broadly colored in pink tones. Several species have a brightly colored bare area around the eye and face known as a pyrophthalmic ring. The large red patch of bare skin on the palm cockatoo is the most extensive and covers some of the face, while it is more restricted in some other species of white cockatoo, notably the corellas and the blue-eyed cockatoo. Cockatoos have a much more restricted range than the true parrots, occurring naturally only in Australia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and some Pacific regions. 11 of the 21 species exist in the wild only in Australia. while 7 species occur only in the islands of the Philippines, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands. No cockatoo species are found in Borneo, despite their presence on nearby Palawan and Sulawesi or many Pacific islands, although fossil records have been recorded from New Caledonia. Cockatoos are diurnal and require daylight to find their food. They are not early risers, instead waiting until the sun has warmed their roosting sites before feeding. All species are generally highly social and roost, forage, and travel in colorful and noisy flocks. These vary in size depending on availability of food. In times of plenty, flocks are small and number 100 birds or less. When in droughts or other times of adversity, they may swell up to contain thousands or even 10,000s of birds. Kept for their appearance, their intelligence, and engaging personalities, cockatoos can nonetheless be problematic pets or companion parrots. Generally, they are not good at mimicking human speech, although the little Corella is a renewed talker. As social animals, wild cockatoos have been known to learn human speech from ex-captive breds that have integrated into a flock. Their care is best provided by those experienced in keeping parrots. Cockatoos are social animals, and their social needs are difficult to cater for, and they can suffer if kept in a cage on their own for long periods of time. Cockatoos are often very affectionate with their owner and at times other people, but can demand a great deal of attention. It has been suggested that cockatoos' need for physical attention from humans may stem from suboptimal rearing techniques. Young birds being removed from parental care for hand rearing too early in the belief that this will produce a more suitable pet, leading the bird to seek out physical contact from humans as a parent substitute. Furthermore, their intense curiosity means that they must be given a steady supply of objects to tinker with, chew, dismantle, and destroy. Parrots in captivity may suffer from boredom, which can lead to stereotypical behavior patterns, such as feather plucking. Feather plucking is likely to stem from psychological rather than physical causes. Other major drawbacks include their painful bites and their piercing screeches. Larger cockatoos can live 30 to 70 years, depending on the species, or occasionally longer, and cockatiels can live for about 20 years. As pets, they require a long-term commitment from their owners. Their longevity is considered a positive trait as it reduces instances of the loss of a pet. The oldest cockatoo in captivity was a Major Mitchell's cockatoo named Cookie, residing at Brookfield Zoo in Chicago, which lived to be 83 years old. A salmon-crested cockatoo named King Tut, who resided at San Diego Zoo, was nearly 69 years old when he died in 1990, and a palm cockatoo reached 56 years old in London Zoo in 2000. And now it's time to see some of these gorgeous birds. And now it's time to learn about the different types of cockatoos. Let's start with the palm cockatoo. Now, the palm cockatoo is one of the rarest cockatoos out there. You rarely see them in the pet industry, but they are certainly an attractive cockatoo. Look how beautiful the palm cockatoo is. It is a gorgeous bird. Let's learn about the palm cockatoo, shall we? Now, the palm cockatoo is also known as the Goliath cockatoo or the great black cockatoo. It is a large, smoky gray or black parrot of the cockatoo family, native to New Guinea, Aru Islands, and Cape York Peninsula. It has a very large black beak and prominent red cheek patches. It can grow 22 to 24 inches in length and weigh 2.01 to 2.65 pounds. It may be the largest cockatoo species and largest parrot in Australia, although large races of yellow-tailed black cockatoos and sulfur-crested cockatoos broadly overlap in size. It is a distinct bird with a large crest and has one of the largest bills of any parrot, only behind the Hythinus macaw. This powerful bill enables palm cockatoos not only to eat very hard nuts and seeds, but also enables males to break off thick, about 1-inch sticks from live trees to use for a drumming display. The male has a much larger beak than the female. The beak is unusual as the lower and upper mandibles do not meet for much of its length, allowing the tongue to hold a nut against the top mandible, with the lower mandible works to open it. The palm cockatoo also has a distinctive red cheek patch that changes color when the bird is alarmed or excited. This species is high in demand for the pet trade due to its unusual appearance. In early captive situations, pet owners would either feed dog kibble or generic bird seed mixture, while zoos would give them monkey biscuits. As their nutritional needs become more apparent over the years, owners have shifted to specially formulated manufactured diet pellets, along with a variety of treats like peanuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, pine nuts, sunflower seeds, oranges, grapes, apples, pomegranates, bananas, sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, broccoli, and kale. Many zoos still give them monkey biscuits to broaden their diet. And that is the gorgeous palm cockatoo. So now let's learn about the yellowtail black cockatoo, which again is another rare cockatoo that you really don't see much of in the pet industry, or kept as parrots, compassion parrot pets. So this is the yellowtail black cockatoo. It is a large cockatoo native to the southeast of Australia, measuring 22 to 26 inches in length. It has a short crest on the top of its head. Its plumage is mostly brownish black, and it has prominent yellow cheek patches and a yellow tail band. The body feathers are edged with yellow, giving a scalloped appearance. The adult male has a black beak and pinkish red eye rings, and the female has a bone-colored beak and gray eye rings. In flight, yellow-tailed black cockatoos flap deeply and slowly with a peculiar, heavy fluid motion. Their loud, wawing calls carry for long distances. The yellow-tailed black cockatoo's diet primarily includes seeds of native and introduced plants, while also feeding on wood-boring grubs. They nest in large hollows high in old-growth native trees, greater than 200 years old. This species was seldom seen in captivity before the late 1950s, after which time a large number of wild-caught birds entered the Australian market. Since then, it has become more common, but it is still rarely seen outside Australia. Captive yellow-tailed black cockatoos require a large aviary to avoid apathy and poor health. there is some evidence that protein may be more important to them than to other cockatoos, and low protein has been linked with the production of yolkless eggs in captivity. Females in particular enjoy mealworms. They can be placed and tolerate sharing an enclosure with smaller parrots, but do not handle disturbance while breeding. And that is the yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Now we're going to move on to the cockatoos that are most popular in the pet industry, and those are the white cockatoos. Right now, we are going to talk about the yellow-crested cockatoo, and this one is also a very gorgeous cockatoo, a very attractive cockatoo. So here is the yellow-crested cockatoo. The yellow-crested cockatoo is found in wooded and cultivated areas of East Timor and Indonesia's islands of Sulawesi and the Lesser Sandas. It is easily confused with the larger and more common sulfur-crested cockatoo, which has a more easterly distribution and can be distinguished by the lack of pale yellow coloring on its cheeks. Although some sulfur crests develop yellowish patches. Also, the yellow-crested cockatoo's crest is a brighter color, closer to orange. The yellow-crested cockatoo's diet consists mainly of seeds, buds, fruits, nuts, and herbaceous plants. And that is the yellow-crested cockatoo. Now let's learn about one of the most popular cockatoos, and that is the white cockatoo, the plain and simple white cockatoo. So here is an image of the white cockatoo, and they too are equally as beautiful. Now, the white cockatoo is also known as the umbrella cockatoo. It is a medium-sized all-white cockatoo endemic to tropical rainforest on islands of Indonesia. When surprised, it extends a large and striking head crest, which has a semicircular shape similar to an umbrella, hence the alternative name. The wings and tail have a pale yellow or lemon color, which is exposed when they fly. It is similar to other species of white cockatoo, such as yellow-crested cockatoo, sulfur-crested cockatoo, and salmon-crested cockatoo, all of which have yellow, orange, or pink crest feathers instead of whites. They can grow to 18 inches long and weigh about 14 ounces for small females and up to 800 to 28 ounces for big males. 800 grams, 28 ounces for big males. The male white cockatoo usually has a broader head and a bigger beak than the female. They have brown or black eyes and a dark gray beak. When mature, some female white cockatoos can have reddish-brown irises, while the irises of the adult male are dark brown or black. The feathers of the white cockatoo are mostly white. However, both upper and lower surfaces of the inner half of the trailing edge of the large wing feathers are a yellow color. In the wild, white cockatoos feed on berries, seeds, nuts, fruit, and roots. When nesting, they include insects and insect larvae. In their natural habitat, umbrella cockatoos typically feed on various seeds, nuts, and fruits, such as papaya, durian, langsat, and raw button. As they also feed on corn growing in fields, they do considerable damage and are therefore considered corn or crop pest by farmers. They also eat large insects such as crickets and small lizards such as skinks. And that is the white cockatiel, the most common one. and it's also a very nice one. And now we're going to talk about our final type of cockatoo here on our show. Now we're going to talk about the pink cockatoo, which also has a very surprising nickname. Now look how gorgeous this pink cockatoo is. Looks almost like a turkey, if you ask me. Very, very beautiful. Now the pink cockatoo is also known as the Major Mitchell's cockatoo, also known as the lead beater's cockatoo, or simply the pink cockatoo. It is a medium-sized cockatoo that inhabits arid and semi-arid inland areas of Australia, though it is seen regularly in other climates, for example, southeast Queensland subtropic region. With its soft, textured white and salmon pink plumage and large, bright red and yellow crest, it is often described as the most beautiful of all cockatoos. It is named in honor of Major Sir Thomas Mitchell, who wrote, "Few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the Australian forest than this beautiful species, whose pink-colored wings and flowing crest might have embellished the air of a more vulturous region." Mayor Mitchell's cockatoo females and males are almost identical. The males are usually bigger, and the female has a broader yellow stripe on the crest and develop a red eye when mature. And I do have to agree that this is a pretty beautiful and pretty colorful cockatoo. I love the pink cockatoo. But also I have to say that the palm cockatoo is also a very, very beautiful cockatoo as well. So those are the different types of cockatoos. Now it is time for our main event. Enough of me talking, and now it's time to see some cockatoos in person. And I've chosen 3 videos to share with you tonight. The first video is of a black palm cockatoo. The second video is 2 adorable cockatoos meeting in a pet shop. And the final video is of a pink cockatoo, also known as a Major Mitchell cockatoo. That's adorable. Well, here's our next video. That is adorable. And here is our final video for the evening. Looks like we're experiencing some tech issues again. Let's see if this video plays. Alrighty, that is everything for today's episode of Chatting Pets with me, Alex Cardinale. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Chatting Pets, and I hope you learned all about cockatoos. I had a blast talking about this amazing parrot, and I definitely learned a lot about cockatoos. On our next episode of Chatting Pets, we are going to talk about another bird species, and we are going to talk about cockatiels, which are a small species of cockatoos. So get ready to learn about cockatiels on our next episode of Chatting Pets with Alex Cardinale. Check out our first 3 episodes of Chatting Pets by going to my playlist right here on YouTube, Chatting Pets with Alex Cardinale, where you can learn about Lhasa-Apsos, a beautiful dog, beagles, a beautiful dog, macaws, and of course today's episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please be sure to hit that like button. The more likes that we get, the more potential views that we get. So thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and be sure to share the video as well. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, American Alex Cardinale, for more great videos. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching this episode. Hey everyone, it's your host, American Alex Cardinale, aka legendary Alex Cardinale, aka Aqua Alex, aka Chef Alex, aka Best fucking night of my life, and wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride, baby. Don't you know I'm good? So many personas. One person. This year, I will be turning 34. I can't wait to open a whole new chapter of my life, as I will have now been alive for 3 decades. My 20s will go down in history as being the time I created my podcast and my YouTube channel. I can't wait to see how successful my YouTube channel becomes over the next 10 years. I look forward to seeing what will happen in my 30s. Maybe I'll have a great career or my own business. You never know. Anyway, I'm inviting you, yes you, to be part of my 30th birthday. Live Tuesday, August 15th. 2023. I'll be hosting my 30th birthday celebration on my YouTube channel, and I would love for you to be part of it. Live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll be hosting my birthday celebration. It's going to be a fun show. There will be appearances from Aqua Alex and Chef Alex. Aqua Alex will be getting new fish for this birthday. It's a species of fish I've never kept before, and I'm excited to unbox them and show them to you. I wonder what species Chef Alex will, for the first time ever, be doing restaurant reviews, and maybe, just maybe, he will bake his favorite cake or dessert. On top of that, I'll sing my favorite song. I'll also recap my 20s, discuss what I look forward to in my 30s, and plenty more. There will be plenty of surprises, including possibly a trip to a casino or something like that. It all goes down live on my birthday, live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel, American Alex Cardinale. See you then.
Now over the that, that's all, folks.